And so we said, we're going to go and we're going to create content, but it has to put our customers' best interest first. In the automotive industry, I don't know how many of you guys are like, automotive dealers are the most trustworthy people on the planet. Whatever they say, I'm going to believe. And that's the thing is, we can't just say it, we had to show it. And so if we started going, well, how are we going to sell more cars doing this? People would see through it. But what we did was said, what if we play a long-term game where we actually just put our customers' best interest first? Because in the car industry now, we're up over 6 years between buying new vehicles. So what happens is if I sell you a vehicle and you're following me on Facebook and the next day you see an ad for another vehicle, you're like, I am 6 years away from buying one. Even 3 years from now, I'm still 3 years away from buying a vehicle. But we all have to own and drive and operate vehicles. So we said, what if we help people do better at that? The thing is, I mentioned before, we had gone with this one content strategy. We were sharing other people's articles. What happened was, Facebook only shows your post to a percentage of your followers. I don't know if you know that, but if you're a business, when you post something, it doesn't go to all your followers because they have this thing called an algorithm. And basically what would happen is, if you went on Facebook and you saw every single post from every single business you followed, it would be business post, business post, business post, business post, business post, business post, then a post of your sister's kid which you want to see, and then business post, business post, business post. You wouldn't want to be on Facebook. And Facebook knows that, so they said, we can only mix in business posts every once in a while, and so we are all competing to be in that spot. And that is an organic, that means we don't pay for it, it's just organic reach, that we can compete for that spot without paying $1. Well, I'm jumping ahead on the metrics here, but I'll just talk about this. So we went to town, we started creating content. We've got some posts here. One, we put everybody in a vehicle and see how long they could last on a hot day with the vehicle not running, simulating a pet, what a pet goes through. We've got some posts teaching people how to drive a standard. We're showing people that, hey, what happens if the battery in your keyless fob dies? How do you get into your vehicle? Showing people how to do that. A little bit of community stories. Self-produced. We basically hired a person, she shoots the video, she presents on the video, she edits the vehicles, and they're good quality. They're good quality. Our average organic reach, meaning we have 5,000 followers on the page, what percentage of them see it without us paying $1? Before this was at 6%. So out of 5,000 people, 6% of those people saw it. We saw our average organic reach jump to 84%. Now again, we just put the customer's best interest first, educated them on something interesting. And in the last 12 months, they stole 228,000 minutes viewed. Now this is on Facebook where we didn't force anybody to watch a second of this. Some of this we would have promoted. Typically about 30% of our reach is promoted, 70% is organic. People chose to watch 228,000 minutes of branded content from our dealership because we just put a little bit of time and effort in creating good quality content. You might be going, well, hey, that's the car industry. My industry is really boring. What could possibly be more boring than insurance, right? We've got Harvard Western here. Harvard Western's average organic reach right now is 614%, meaning 6 times the amount of people that follow their page on average see their post because they've done the same thing. They said, what if we take insurance and we actually talked about it in a way that people could understand and make it entertaining and a little bit informative and get people to care about it? And this is what's happening here in the insurance world, which I guarantee nobody here has a more boring industry than that. Okay? And again, it comes back to this, is here's what people care about, here's what you care about. Insert quality content here. And this is really like a simple statement to go, how can I create good quality content for social? Is how can you help your customers be better off today without spending $1? It's amazing when you do that. That is a long-term play, and everybody's trying to drive today's sales. And in many ways, that's what advertising is really good at, is it's for moving it today. But in some ways, what we're trying to do is build this long-term engagement with our customers, because in the olden days, if you wanted to talk to your customers, you either had to pick up the phone, which wasn't really as, I mean, you could do that, but if you had 3,000 customers, it was a long day trying to talk to all of them, or they had to come down to your store. But now with social, you have this amazing thing where if you build your following, you can actually have two-way conversations with your customers every single day without them ever stepping foot in your store.